about the
Welcome to the show.
Oh, sorry. Hey, episode 90, the SoCal Kickball Open, guys. We got Steven, we got Patty, we got Patty's hair, we got Fireball. We're ready, man. Hey, guys, introduce yourselves. Tell us something about yourselves.
After you, Steven.
Steve, tell me something about yourself, man.
I think you just went quiet on him, or we're muted.
Oh, all right. I'm back. There you go.
All right, Steve, tell us something about yourself.
I play for the Gargoyles. That's my circuit team, and I run the Best of the West kickball tournament out here in Long Beach, and the SoCal Kickball Open in San Diego is the second tournament that I run. I've been running Best of the West for the last 4 years, and enjoy doing it. So that's what's up.
All right, sweet. What about the big guy in the middle with the untucked tie?
I'm Patty. I play more kickball than you, even if I do not play kickball as well as you.
Well said, guys.
Good point.
All right, great, man. Well, let's hear about this event. What's going down?
Yeah, guys, tell us about this event.
I'm actually really excited about the SoCal Kickball Open. Went to it last year, and it was a great event. I thought it had a lot of potential to be pretty amazing as far as giving people a California experience. And so was thrilled when I got called up from the minors to step in and run the show. And we're gonna have some fun. We got some pub crawls going on Friday, early though, because I know teams want to get to sleep at a decent hour. Tournament should run very smooth. I put a lot of work into being sure that you guys get a great experience, and it's extremely efficient. And then the after party Saturday night is going to be bananas. And then the Sunday fun day at the Wave House is also going to be great as well. If you feel brave enough to jump in and ride a wave at the bar, then you can absolutely do that.
Excellent, guys. Hey, shenanigans and kickball. What more do you want in a tournament, right?
Nothing else.
All right. So, Patty, what do you got to say? What are you doing here?
I was brought because since I play so much, I know a lot about everybody who plays kickball in SoCal, so I guess I'm just here to pontificate and prognosticate about all of the teams.
Well said, my friend.
Patty,
and
we
also look forward to going down to San Diego and seeing a really weird shaggy dog again, which is also part of the SoCal experience. It's in our tourist videos.
Excellent.
Patty, we appreciate you supporting the national sponsor Fireball Whiskey next year.
Yeah, no, it's this is what I love this stuff. I was thrilled when they actually became our sponsor because this stuff is great. I mean, it's refreshing, it's delicious, it's got a hell of a little kick to it. It's great.
This is not
Thank
real
you,
life.
Fireball, for supporting National Kickball 360.
Hey, I have something to say.
Yeah,
tastes like heaven, burns like hell. Whatever happens next is up to you, my friend.
That doesn't rhyme. Maybe tastes like heaven, burns like hell. When I drink Fireball, everything is swell. Come on, Adam.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one, actually. I was going, all right.
Write that down. Write that down.
Nah, there'll be a better one in about 10 minutes.
Well, let's recap this Saturday, a first for Kickball 365. We do have a doubleheader. Jacksonville in the morning, San Diego also later that day on the East Coast. Things get started on the West Coast at 9 a.m. We've got 15 teams. Sorry about that.
Correct. Yep.
We've got 8 teams advancing to the elimination round.
Correct.
All games are being played at NTC Park.
Correct.
At Liberty Station. Looking forward to that. Prize pools have been announced. You can definitely check it out at the event website. Or if you just go to the URL that is below me, you'll see the link to schedule and scores. We'll get to that in quite a bit.
Below.
Steven, why don't you tell us something about the player perks and just anything else going on at the event? Folks need to know about the fields, drinking. Can they do it? Can they not?
Yes. Player perks. One of the big ones is you are now allowed to drink at the fields in San Diego on Saturday. Please, no glass, 0 glass at the park. But you can. It's BYOB, and I'm suggesting that people go ahead and have their IDs on them just in case someone does come around and intends to check, then you can prove that you're 21. If you can't prove you're 21, I really can't help you, but other than that, you do have the green light. So if you're hanging around for a limbs, then feel more than welcome to. And if you feel so inclined, go ahead and get a game of slosh ball going. There's nothing wrong with it this time.
That is awesome. I think most of the events where we hear BYOB, folks kind of freak out, don't know what to do, but you heard it here first. Make sure you got that ID and you'll be good to go.
Yep.
All right, and then obviously awesome social events. If folks are coming to the fields, how's parking?
There's actually parking's pretty well. There's a huge parking lot. I'm not going to even pretend to know direction, north, south, east, west. On the side of the park, there's a huge parking lot there. That's where most people parked last year. There's also some street parking as well. There's a roundabout that we're going to leave open, so don't park on that street. Those are for the 2 food trucks that we have coming. Yes, 2 food trucks for all of you people who don't like waiting in too long of lines. They'll both be there, but parking is great. The park is going to be really nice. If you were here last year, it's the same park right off the water. It's really beautiful down there. So.
Yeah, and
great park.
There are pretty notable parking lots on either side. There's a couple of good-sized ones attached to the park, so parking shouldn't be much of an issue.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, very cool. All right, guys. So just with every other circuit event, we always offer the event manager to kind of customize their event based on 2 rules. One is as far as pool play, seating, and rankings. Rankings part we have with the official circuit ranking system, but the pool play draw, it's either an open random draw using seeds to kind of help balance things out, or snake. You guys went with snake.
Yes.
And with that, so again, if you're watching the podcast, we got a few of you watching right now. We appreciate you being here. If you go to the link below, which is bit.ly/ SoCal Kickball Open 2014 scores, or if you just go to scoreboard365.com, that's where you can find your schedule, standings, and scores. Of the 15 teams, 11 of them we actually knew something about, so we'll walk through those teams, and then we had 4 teams that were open teams. Now, in the past, we've done random draws, but looking at our structure document, we realized it doesn't say you have to do a random draw for the open teams. And in this case, you guys actually know something about these teams. So why don't you walk us through 12, 13, 14, and 15, which are the Dogtown Super Friends out of California, Stage 5, Run Fast out of California, great name, by the way, Base Kick City out of California, and then also Fireballs out of California. So I turn it over to the pros.
Perfect. Patty, this is why you're here. Let's earn your money.
Yeah, let's start with Dogtown Super Friends. The fact that they are officially the 11 seed, is that how that works out? Or are they officially the 12 seed?
I think they're the 12.
Well,
yeah, that's actually kind of silly. Wherever they end up, they're going to cause problems. As the team Dogtown Super Friends, yes, they are new to the circuit, but they are not new to the game. They are not new to tournaments. Dogtown Super Friends went to the semifinals in last year's West Coast Walker Regionals, well, the only Walker Regionals. They went to the semifinals in the All-Star Tournament, which formerly was the Kick Bowl, but had to become the All-Star Tournament. So they also won the Hollywood Winter League last season. So then I think they've been to Founders Cup a couple of times as the team Balls Deep. If not this exact team, then very much definitely a lot of the core. So there's a lot of good players. They know how to play tournaments. They know how to play together. And there are even some that are familiar with circuit experience, because there are a few members who have played with the Gordon Bombays in the past that are going to be on Dogtown Super Friends. So
thank you for that, Patty. Based on that, admin, what we ended up, again, the 4 of the 4 teams that are quote-unquote open teams, Dogtown Super Friends was by far kind of head and shoulders, and this is kind of goes along to why we chose to go ahead and rank them out instead of doing the bin, because they were kind of head and shoulders above the rest of the open teams as far as experience together and things like that. And so we're like, it'd kind of be a little bit crazy and unrealistic to kind of see them in a 15th kind of draw situation. So, you know, again, one of the things that I personally like about doing it the snake way as opposed to the bin draw is, you know, based on the official rankings that you guys come out, everyone's earned that ranking. Wherever you land at on your circuit official rankings, you know, it's no one else's fault but your own. So there's not the luck of the draw or anything like that. You've earned your ranking. Now go and play. And at the end of the day, everybody's got to beat everybody, you know, in order to win. So, yeah. So that's where 12 is. 13, we went with Stage 5 Run Fast. Now, Patty, you're gonna come in on this as well. But from my looking at the rosters and knowing the few people that I know, which isn't a whole lot, it looks like that there are some circuit players on this roster who may have some experience with other circuit teams, but because San Diego is more of a local event for the LA guys, everyone can't come all at once. So Stage 5 is still going to have some experience on it, not as much as Dogtown, but still a little bit more than Base Kick. So, Patty, you want to add to anything on that?
Yeah. There's actually two of Ed Rock's teammates are going to be playing on Stage 5 Run Fast. Matt Spook and Jackie Leonard. They're relaxers. They're relaxed. What do you guys call yourself in the singular?
Great in bed.
Okay. Matt Smook and Jackie Leonard are great in bed. Thank you for making me say that. Imbecilic asshole. Smook and Jackie are playing on the squad. There are a number of other people who haven't played a whole lot of circuit or tournament events, but are familiar, have played a fair bit of kickball. There's enough experience and enough talent that they could make something happen, but I don't think they're going to make too much happen. That being said, I don't think they're going to get absolutely smoked. They'll give somebody a run for their money.
Just a quick note for that team. The two people mentioned are former San Diego kickball champions, by the way. So they have some experience winning this tournament.
Yeah, that's a really, really good point. Somebody's not even coming out to defend his damn title.
Hey, man, I took over the West Coast. I can't do it again. Someone else has to
Did you even
win.
come to this tournament last year? I feel like I've seen plenty of relax at plenty of tournaments where you weren't there.
Crickets.
Jeez, Pat. Thought we were all friends. Yeah, we just couldn't get all of our squad together, and we decided to check out Kansas City instead. It's too close. We did last year. We did it for America, 4th of July weekend, and this year we're not going to do it for the mothers.
You could have also gone with Memorial Day. It lands right in between those two holidays, Adam.
Yeah, I know. Well, we couldn't defend our title. I'm pretty bummed about it, but
I'll drink
people
a
will be there to help defend the title.
Speaking of drinking, we do have a question and answer tool, and the first question of the podcast comes from Brent Taylor. When is Patty going to have a shot?
Oh, well, yeah, of course I can.
Oh, my God. Oh, my.
I mean, I can't tell if it's like Christmas in my mouth or like heaven in my mouth, but they're kind of the same thing.
I have that exact problem, Patty, back home without Fireball, though. But anyway, hey.
Thank you, Brent, for that question. Sorry, going through. We're at Base Kick City.
Yes.
Yeah, Base Kick City, another team with a bunch of names. A lot of people around here or on this squad play a fair bit of kickball in SoCal, including the Pasadena League, as well as the myriad of Waka leagues. So yeah, they've got talent on this team. They've got some experience on this team. I have fear though that this is definitely the kind of squad that, not necessarily having played fully together, could cause some problems for them. But that being said, don't sleep on them. But don't be too concerned if you come up against these guys.
All right.
And if anybody from Base Kick City is watching and is offended that I said that, then get the hell out there and prove me wrong. Calm down. So reactionary in Southern California. Nobody's allowed to have an opinion because it's wrong.
I thought y'all were liberals out there. Thought everyone's supposed to have an opinion.
Last in the open teams, we have Fireballs.
Did somebody say Fireball? Well, I think I
Yes!
Now, quick question for Steven, perhaps. If there's no glass allowed in the field, we got to remind these guys to put their Fireball in some plastic bottles.
Yes, you can put your Fireball in plastic bottles. They sell the plastic fifth of Fireball here in California. You can get it in the small plastic bottle.
Made for kickball.
It is absolutely basically made for kickball. Yeah, so just be smart about it, guys. I mean, realistically, we know you're going to have your foul ball risky. Put it in something that's portable and enjoy all the live long day.
All right, and Patty, as you're pouring yourself a cup,
I'm not pouring myself a cup. I'm showing people how to put Fireball in a plastic bottle.
he's not good for nothing, people. Not good for nothing. Patty, what do you got to say about this team besides a great name?
These guys are going to have a tough day. Stephen keeps saying that there are very few recognizable faces and zero circuit experience. Stephen, that is wrong. We recognize the name Cleo Jackson, who does have some circuit experience, but he is the only one.
Miss Cleo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So
just Cleo. I expect these guys to probably live up to their namesake, consume a lot of Fireball, and have a very enjoyable day at the field if they do not have a very enjoyable day in the standings.
I will say this about these guys. I have never come across a more excited captain than Drew. The captain of Fireballs he was one of the first people to contact me about how do we play in this tournament. He's been in constant contact with me about being sure that he's not missing anything and about how much fun that him and his team are going to have. So much respect to that guy. He's definitely going to get some people on his side socially, and it should be a great time. I'm looking forward to these guys coming down and really showing the Kickball 365 circuit crew how to party. I'm looking forward to that.
Well, these are exactly the kind of new people we want at these events.
Right.
People who are excited and hyped to come and constantly asking irritating questions, although they weren't irritating, were they?
All right, guys. Well, is this the part of the show where we discuss the pools and predict?
Yeah, so with that in mind, let me set this up for you guys, and I'll go around the horn. With the snake, we have 3 pools, Pool A, B, and C. So Pool A, we have Riot. I'll run through the pools, and then we'll discuss. We have Pool A, Riot out of California, Thunder Buddies, Haters Gonna Hate, Dogtown Super Friends, and Stage 5, Run Fast. Thoughts on Pool A? We'll start with Steven. It looks like a tough pool.
It's going to be a tough pool simply because of how Dogtown kind of ended up in it. I think that they're going to surprise some people with how well they're going to play and how they're going to do. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do. I'm still picking Riot to come out of here, man. They've got home court advantage. I know DP's excited to show people how they get down in San Diego. So those are still my guys coming out of that. But I'm gonna go out on a limb here, and I'm going to say coming out of there is gonna be Riot in Dogtown at 12.
Wow. All righty.
Yeah.
Patty? Or sorry.
I would generally agree. Riot's going to be tough. Dogtown's going to be tough. Let us not overlook Thunder Buddies. If we remember last year, they spent their first couple of tournaments, one the kickball and then the other Best of the West, spending a hell of a lot of time drinking on the field and just kicking back and relaxing and enjoying themselves. By the time they played AKO last year, they said, screw it. Let's see what happens if we show up to play. And they made it to the Elims in AKO 2013. Gargoyles only barely got by them. I think it was a one-run game in the quarterfinals. This year in AKO, they held Brew Crew Cartel to a tie, also made it to the Elims. Thunder Buddies are a strong squad. Now, if you put that in there with Dogtown and Riot, this is going to be a bloody pool. I'm not going to make any predictions about who's going to come out of this pool on top, but I am going to officially declare Pool A the pool of death, so that all the boards can talk about how Pool A is the pool of death. Stage 5 could even come around and upset somebody. If somebody goes in sleeping on Stage 5, they could pull something out of their ass, and suddenly they've got a win or a tie on them against a team like Riot or Thunder Buddies or Dogtown that's not expecting it. Let me also say about Riot, I know there's been some chatter on the boards. Yes, Brick is not going to be with Riot at this tournament. Brick is one player. Riot's still going to be tough. They're riding high from Arizona. Don's gotten more cocky and arrogant than ever, even though he's all quietly about it. Husker Pride, I think, is going to be back on Riot for this tournament. And if that's the case, then we're all fucked.
Hey, well, if Don ever needs some humbling, have him watch the tape from the Sofa versus Relax game in Austin.
Or have Don watch any tape of Gargoyles versus Riot. I agree with you, Adrock. However, he's riding high, and you know what? His arrogance is justified until somebody proves him wrong otherwise. It ain't bragging if it's true. And if he's bragging like a cocky son of a bitch, well, he won AKO.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
You won a circuit event. Not a lot of people can say that right now.
That's true. And nobody in this... Oh, wait, Adrock can. And can you, Matt?
I can.
Wait, so 50% of the people in this group can say they've won a circuit trip.
Hey, just a reminder.
Is that true?
Both those guys are East Coast as well. Just saying.
Not to sell. All right, moving on to Pool B. Patty, sorry, Steven, we'll go back to you. Pool B, we've got Sofa King Good, the number 2 seed. The Gordon Bombays out of California. Buster Cherry out of California. Strike Force, great jerseys, out of California. And Base Kick City. What do you got?
I'm gonna go. Sofa's still gonna go out of here. They always find a way to be consistent, find a way to make you limbs. I think Gordon Bombays are gonna come back with a little bit of fire. They didn't have the best day in Arizona. And I think
Patty, somebody said fire.
Oh, fire what?
Fireball.
There we go.
Sorry, Steven. Continue.
No problem.
I hope the hell Tyler's watching
I'll take
this.
a break to have Patty drink any day of the week.
Dude, I'm just saying, Tyler better be watching this because I'm not going to be able to drive after this podcast. I'm going to need some Uber action.
So Bombays are going to come back playing with some fire. I think that they've got a little bit of chip on their shoulder. Outside of that, Strike Force is going to make some waves. Definitely new kids on the block. They did better than expected in Arizona. I think they surprised themselves a little bit. And of course, those are my Long Beach guys, so I'm always gonna pick them if I have a choice. I'm always gonna pick them. So I'm gonna pick out of here. I think Sofa King's gonna go, and depending on the day Bombay has, it's either gonna be them or Strike Force. Whoever decides to show up, either Strike Force or Bombays. But those are your question marks. So Sofa in either Bombays or Strike Force.
All right, Patty.
I would agree with that. Sofa had a little bit of a rough go in Austin. Everybody knows they were missing some pieces. The one thing that I respect about Sofa is they've made no excuses saying, yeah, we lost in Austin because they were missing people. I didn't hear anybody on Sofa say that. When talking with Max after the tournament in Austin, his response was, we just couldn't get anything going. We couldn't get it together. We just couldn't catch our rhythm. Regardless of the squad that Sofa has the potential to be good and usually is. So I would agree that Sofa is the number 1 coming out of that pool. And I would also agree that Gordon Bombays and Strike Force flip a coin. Strike Force beat Gordon Bombays in Arizona, but Bombays, they're a clever squad. Jason and KC run the squad pretty well. They can get a little fiery sometimes, but hell, who can't? That's going to be a coin flip between those two. The one thing that I would like to address about Pool B is Buster Cherry's going to have a real tough go of it. Coming in, I guess, at the 8th seed overall. I think Buster Cherry, I'm calling it here, Buster Cherry is going 0-4. They're going to have a real tough go. Look at the history. I mean, they've played multiple tournaments. They've gone 0-3-1, 0-3-1, 0-4. No disrespect to those guys, but they just don't have the history of being able to make something happen in a circuit tournament. Again, prove me wrong. And if you prove me wrong, more power to you. But yeah, you know what? Just looking at this pool between Sofa coming in with something to prove after Austin, Bombay's coming in with something to prove after Arizona, Strike Force is the up-and-comers that Steven mentioned. You know what? This is it. I am officially declaring Pool B as the pool of death.
Oh my God!
Pool of death, and this is going to be bloody impossible to get out of.
All right, cool. 2 pools of death. And,
2 pools of death.
On to Pool C. I think Steven might know a little bit about some teams in this pool.
Know a little bit about this pool. The Gargoyles, of course.
You guys are like going to read out the pool. Who's in Pool C?
Yeah, Ad-Rock.
Oh, yes. Sorry. All
Just
right.
go right to the honeypot, no foreplay. I want you to buy me dinner, maybe a little bit of smooching, put your tongue in my ear, and then we go to the pools, okay? We don't just go straight to the pools.
I can't even.
All right. The Brew Crew Cartel, the Gargoyles.
Gargoyles, you asshole.
Hey.
Gargoyles. Crooked Rooster, NorCal Nightmare, and the Fireballs.
Oh, there it is. We'll wait for it.
I was gonna say someone said fire.
I
David
know.
David said fiery, so you got to drink.
Spherical things that are
Fire fear.
on fire.
Fire.
Okay. So Pool C, pretty straightforward. I don't think we're going to get any surprises out of this pool. BCC and the Gargoyles should have decent days coming out of here. I'm going to be honest with you. I feel like Crooked Roosters is kind of a wild card. They've got some really great players with some really good lineage when it comes to circuit teams. And, you know, it's interesting that, but I guess it's the case with a lot of wild card teams is, you know, they never really play to the level that they should on paper when it comes to looking at the roster and what they've done. So that's how I feel about them. I'm glad that the guys from NorCal are coming back down. Wilson's one of my favorite guys to see at tournaments and hang out with, so I'm glad that he's bringing the squad down. And we already talked about Fireball. They're going to have a lot of fun, but you know, I think they're going to have a tough day on the fields.
All right.
I heard Fireball.
No,
Fireball.
My bad.
All right, Patty, after you chug that, let me know what you got to say about this pool.
I'm actually horrendously offended to be in the middle of this pool. I mean, you know, Gargoyles, NorCal Nightmare, Fireballs.
You don't have to do stuff.
We're like the kids watching mommy and daddy fight at the dinner table. We've got BCC, a very strong team, half California with you know, Sergio and company running the squad, doing a hell of a job with it. The other half from Arizona, and then we've got everybody on Crooked Roosters, who are all of the people from. Now I can't even remember the name of the squad. I'm so sorry, Evan, that I've forgotten the name of your squad. I've been reading a lot of.
Straight to the bank.
This stuff. Which one?
Straight to the bank.
Yes, exactly. Straight to the bank. So, I mean, yeah, this pool is mommy and daddy fighting at the dinner table, and Gargoyles, NorCal Nightmare, and the other squad are going to be just sitting there staring at it. It's going to be a nightmare. Now, all the politics aside, this is going to be kind of a tough pool. I mean, you know, Brew Crew obviously always making some noise. They the male version of Brew Crew, the Bro Crew, won the Balls and Dolls tournament last weekend, 2 weekends ago.
We were trying to find updates for that tournament. No one seemed to be talking about it online.
I really enjoyed the live updated Google spreadsheet.
Would you say that was kind of dark online? Huh?
Nah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Saw does spectacular work for kickball, particularly for Waka kickball here in SoCal. He really has kind of upped the game, and watching him have to deal with the lights issue after 2 tournaments. I mean, the first one, he will confess, was his fault, and then the second one, when the lights went out, I wish I'd been there. I'm sure he was just banging his head against the fence post because, you know, he tried to do everything he could after the first one, and then the lights are an issue again. So, yes, I would say that it was, we were in the dark. Hey! That only took me, 2.5 minutes to get to that shitty pun? God, this stuff is good. So, yeah, the Brew Cartel is going to be a tough team. They won last weekend. They're kind of riding high, and they're always competitors. You know, they do occasionally have rough games where they do things like lose to or tie Thunder Buddies or lose to Gargoyles, which happened in Best of the West 2013. But they're going to be a tough competitor. Crooked Roosters, looking at the roster, they've got players. They've got a lot of good players. They did pretty well in AKO, and I imagine they're coming out here, especially if they're in a pool with BCC. there's going to be some emotion on that field. So that's going to be a tough fight. NorCal Nightmare, yeah. Wilson. He always is. Yeah, he runs a good squad, even if he's not running the squad. His experience really elevates the squad, so it's going to be tough. And Gargoyles, Gargoyles, we are what we are. We can sometimes be a tough squad. We'll sometimes just, shit the bed. But, you're hearing it here first. Pool C, I am officially declaring, is the pool of death. So this is going to be a tough-ass pool. I have no idea who's going to come out of this one on top.
Now let me ask this: Crooked Roosters, with the way that we do the rankings, the provisional merge has them somewhat low. Do you guys feel that Crooked Roosters are actually a true 9, or do you think they deserve to be higher up the chart?
At the risk of speaking badly of someone else who is ranked, I think they're hell and gone ahead of Buster Cherry, man. Come on. I mean, I understand the way that the rankings work per the document and how everything's spread out and how everything's situated. But Buster Cherry, just based on historical legacy, Buster Cherry does not belong in the top 8. Both Crooked Roosters and NorCal Nightmare should be ahead of them on record alone.
You are really working to get stabbed, aren't you, Patty?
Stabbed? Oh, yeah. Shit, is Buster Cherry from Oakland? Ah, God damn it, why didn't somebody tell me? You heard it here first. Buster Cherry is going to win this fucking tournament, and I've got Fireball for each and every member of that team. Please don't stab me.
Though we got a question. Let me read this before we get to any more. Brent Taylor.
Again? Come on, Brent, calm down.
Hashtag Arno for leadoff.
Oh, yeah. Arno has won the last 2 tournaments that he has played in, hasn't he? And he's trying to give Brick a run for his money.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would never, under any circumstances in a million years, tell another captain how they should do their lineup or roster. Ever.
Put your fast guy first.
Yeah, I mean, shit, he gets on base pretty damn consistently, and it's tough to kind of argue that. So.
Sorry, Buster from Arizona.
If we're making predictions, I predict that Arno is going to go. What do they have for? Arno's going to go 9 for 13 this weekend.
All right.
8 for 13. 8 for 13.
Thank you, Brandon. We got that.
He's going to fall asleep in Game 4.
So, guys, let's walk through it as Adrock is busy Snapchatting with his best friend, his BFF Brick, with his New York Mets. Yeah, they suck.
Subway Series.
Let's go through this. Let's do Final Four, all right? We'll walk through the chain of everything we've got in front of us. We've got phenomenal teams with Riot, Sofa King, Brew Crew, Gargoyles. Now I'm talking like Adrock. The Gorn Bombays, Thunder Bunnies, Buster Cherry, and a bunch of other really good teams, Crooked Roosters. Pick 4, and we'll go from there. Adrock, we're going to start with you.
All right, I'm going to go. I'm looking at the document. I'm not texting, by the way. I'm going with Riot, Sofa, Brew Crew, and Gargoyles. 2 out of that Pool C.
All right, before we get to the locals, I'm going to go really quick. Gargoyles, I've been picking you several times in the past to make a statement. This is your time to shine, just like Patty's been saying. Prove it on the field. It's somewhat local. You guys all know each other going up there, so I'm looking forward to you making the Final Four. Sofa, Riot, definitely in the Final Four. And I would like to say the Thunder Buddies, with what I believe to be one of the better jerseys on the circuit right now, are going to surprise some folks and somehow get in there. That's my guess. Got to make it interesting, right?
Nice, make it interesting, Patty.
Patty, what do you think?
I'm floored at the loving of the jersey that has a now a 2-year-old pop culture reference. There's no originality on the circuit anymore. Don't get me wrong. I love the movie Ted. I enjoy everybody on the Thunder Buddies. I think they have one of somebody who could potentially be one of the best players in SoCal if he ever got out of his own way. But really, man, they got a bloody teddy bear from a Seth MacFarlane movie.
That's hilarious. It's hilarious.
You heard it here first. Next year, Thunder Buddies are going to change their whole thing to some sort of weird reference to A Million Ways to Die in the West. I
yourself as a host for all future West Coast events.
Where'd you find this guy?
Which guy? Seth MacFarlane? He's been around for years.
All right, Patty, your final four for this year's SoCal Kickball Open.
Final four, I'm going to say BCC, Bruku Cartel. I think Sofa and Riot are going to face each other in the quarters or quarters again this year. So I think Sofa's going to knock Riot out because they're angry and have something to prove after Arizona. So it's going to be Sofa, BCC. I'm going to throw Dogtown in there because Dogtown's gotten into at least the semis of the past couple of tournaments that they've played in. So I'm liking them. And then Steven, don't hate me. I'm going to give it to Crooked Rooster over Gargoyles.
And you're benched.
What's new?
Beautiful.
Oh, man. Okay.
Steven, your event, your first time running this event, folks are looking forward to the social events. Who are you going to pick? And by all means, you can pick your team.
I'm going to pick the Gargoyles. Because clearly it's the Gargoyles. I'm going to say Riot, Sofa, BCC, and the Gargoyles for Final Four. I'm going to take it a step further and say Riot versus the Gargoyles in the finals, but the game will not finish. We're just going to hug it out and all go to the bar.
First ever circuit event not going to complete.
Going to complete.
So, guys.
That does happen. Don, fireball's on me.
Adrock, what do you think? You ready for this thing? Even though we're not going to be there. You ready for a doubleheader?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready for a team from California to win their home event for once. So, should be good. I'm excited for the duel. Let's see how it goes.
That'll be good, folks watching at home. Scoreboard365.com has both events, the Jacksonville Open and the SoCal Kickball Open. WatchKickball.com will have Jacksonville in the morning, and later in the afternoon we will have live cam feeds coming from the SoCal Kickball Open. Guys, it's going to be a heck of a weekend. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, hell yeah, guys.
Is anybody playing both tournaments, like starting off the day in Florida and then flying over and finishing off in California? Phil Collins did it with that one concert. Why the hell can't a kickballer do it? Are you saying Phil Collins is better than all of you? Yeah, that's right. That's what I thought. Okay, so you all just suck it up and recognize that Phil Collins is the best goddamn singer and kickballer in the world. Okay? I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Some old bald British dude is gonna come kick your fucking ass on the kickball field.
I gotta get out of here.
Yeah, I know you do.
I apologize to all of Kickball Nation for what you're witnessing right now. And this is why
everybody raise your hand who didn't see this coming.
Hey, Patty.
Yeah.
I love you.
I love you too, Adam.
Thanks for having us,
all
guys.
Right, fellas.
Appreciate it, guys. Good luck this weekend. Have fun and win one.
Thank you.
All right, have a good night.
That was good.